Hey nerds, Fury Rider bro. So as you can see behind me, we're either somewhere really cool or it's just a green screen because I was either too lazy or too stupid to figure it out. I figured it would help with production value. But a couple things happened recently. Nothing bad, this isn't like an update video. In my personal life, I started a Facebook group chat thing for artist friends where we can give feedback on stuff we're currently working on. So far it's been pretty great. A lot of people have been posting stuff. We've been communicating on like positive feedback, things like that based off of our art. So it's been pretty good in that front. Another thing is, and I kind of just glossed over it when I made that update video, but as you know, in August I lost my grandfather, and then in January I lost my grandmother. There was actually another loss in between that, and that was my best friend's father. And he was like a father to me too. I mean, I met him when I was 14, and he actually helped inform my motorcycle decision. A funny story actually, when I got the iron, I bought it new, and he pulled me aside and basically yelled at me saying, "Why didn't you buy it used?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, this is what I could do at the time." He passed away in November. It was very unexpected. He was always a very healthy man to me. We were always supposed to go on a ride together. He had an electric glide. He was a good man, great dad. But his family, so my mother from another brother, basically my best friend's brother, who is also like a brother to me, he and his mom are in town dealing with the estate, stuff like that. While he was in town, what's awesome about them is that they are actually directors. So my best friend, more specifically his brother is a director. He's a fantastic filmmaker. I've never talked about any of the videos that me and my best friend have ever made, and I might throw some up in the background or, you know, release them on Fury Rider one day. Just kind of, but we made a lot of short films, we made music videos, a lot of stupid stuff that you'd make at 16. There was one where we like made a video of us doing, where we were both clones. It was called the Clone Wars, and we basically fought each other, and it was really stupid, but a lot of fun to make. And then we made a couple others, like Ignorance of a Salesman, that just had a very stupid punchline that we ran with, but it was so much fun to make. Like, everything we ever made was just so much fun, and it was all learning experiences. So all the videos that we made, usually at the beginning it was really stupid concepts, like, oh, these two guys are clones that don't look anything alike, but they hate each other, or the salesman is trying to sell bricks for like $50, and this other guy's like, "What the hell are you doing?" type of thing. And then our most popular one was called House of Zero, where if you divide by 0, you can just be teleported to another dimension, basically. So that one was really popular with like our group of friends. I think it's got like 1,000 views. It was a lot of fun to make, and we made a couple more. We made the School of Zero and the Parking Lot of Zero, which was more just like YouTube poop. And then we made a short film. Well, we were attempting to make a feature-length film, but we only got like 10 minutes, and then never made anything else ever again to do with that. But we made a couple short films. We were gonna make a trilogy of short films. We made the first one called The Hostage, where the president's son is kidnapped by a master criminal, and the FBI agent that goes to save him actually turns out that the master criminal and the FBI agent were best friends. And so hilarity ensues upon that. Unfortunately, all the videos we made, we had copyrighted music in them before YouTube really started cracking down on that stuff. You can't really see them anymore, and it sucks. But the second film, which was our most popular among friends, and like, it honestly was the best quality video we ever made too. It was called The Donut. And basically, my best friend gets fired from his job, and he is looking forward to eating a donut when he gets home, only to find out I ate the donut, or so he thinks, and then he proceeds to torture me until I give up the information of what happened to the donut. It was, I mean, it sounds really stupid, but it was a lot of fun. And I've actually thought, and same with my best friend's brother, his name's Renee, so I'll just start referring to him as Renee. My best friend is Zach. So I have actually thought about remaking the donut, but not making it a comedy like we originally done, but make it more of a thriller. And Renee has also thought about remaking the donut because it's really good. It's super funny, but they're in town dealing with the estate, and he hadn't made films for a while, and now he has the means to make films, and so he is going to start doing them. Me and Zach were also in a band together. It was called All That We Are, and we technically kind of still are, but it's been a little hard on him, the losing of his father and just a lot of weird circumstances going on in life. Basically, because of the artist group, because of talking with Zach and Renee, and some other friends too, just other random things that have popped up, I have been thinking a lot about a video, and I've actually been trying to mention it, but I've been talking about it a lot in videos, but I keep cutting it because it just didn't flow with whatever I was talking about in whatever video. So basically the topic was this video that I saw that really has changed my life, and I can't really say that too much about other videos, but it was called the Toolbox Fallacy. And I will post a link to it down below. I might have already done that in another video, but there was another video that has been cut, I believe, from every video I've talked about it. I cannot remember what the video was called. But basically, I'll talk about that one first just because, and I mean, if you find it, drop a link down to the comments below. But this video is basically about, as a creative person, it's okay to intake content. So, you know, a lot of the times we get off work, we go watch movies, we'll watch the game. Myself, for example, usually in the past, when I got off work, I would come home, I'd watch a movie, and then go to bed. Next day I'd come home, stay up till around the same time watching YouTube, go to bed. Like, yeah, I was having a lot of fun watching movies, especially gaining inspiration for concepts and things like that. With movies, I mean, I watch a lot of movies that are directed by my favorite directors, like Quentin Tarantino, Sam Raimi. David Fincher is probably my all-time favorite director. You know, Ridley Scott, just all kinds of different directors, Steven Spielberg. Come home, watch their movies, and gain a ton of inspiration for things that I wanted to do, but I wasn't doing anything with it. And in the video I watched, basically what he was communicating was that it's okay to intake content as a creative person. It's okay to go home, watch a movie, gain inspiration, like, you know, if you're watching an action movie and there's something that the character does, you might be inspired to create your own concept and go from there. There's nothing wrong with intaking in content. But the problem is, if you're not creating and releasing it, you're really giving yourself a disservice. That video it struck me pretty hard, basically. After I saw it for a while, I was coming home, I'd still edit the videos, but I was working on music every single night. It was going really well for a while, and then I kind of fell off again, and I just started watching YouTube a lot. I wasn't really doing anything creatively. Every once in a while I'd work on music or something like that, but then I fell off again, and then I saw the Toolbox Fallacy. And basically the concept behind the Toolbox Fallacy is that in that video he's talking about being a filmmaker. So he's saying that, you know, he left college, he was a filmmaker, and he would continue to say, I'm a filmmaker, but I don't have a camera. You know, for most excuses like, oh, well, I was gonna work on my video, but then I started watching YouTube. People that are really trying to help you, drive you, are gonna say, that's not a good excuse. You know, you should work on whatever you're creating. But with the Toolbox Fallacy, if you say, well, I'm a filmmaker, but I don't have a camera, it's a pretty valid excuse. But where it really goes in depth basically is, you know, you get the camera, well, I don't have software to edit on. And then you get the software, well, I don't have the correct lenses. And so it just continues to spiral. And so in his video, he made a point to say that, you know, he would constantly say, I am a filmmaker, but until one day he realized I was a filmmaker. Because for about 10 years, you know, he got the new computer to edit his films, but he just played video games. He got the camera, but it never left the box. He got the software, but it just sat in the disc, right next to his computer. That really struck a chord with me because, for one, I still say I'm a photographer, but it turned into basically just excuses based around my toolbox. I'm a photographer, but my camera isn't up to snuff at the moment, or I'm a photographer, but my computer can't run Photoshop, or so on and so forth. And so it was the same thing. I would come home, play video games, instead of actually doing anything. And it really kind of upset people around me. And so I really started applying myself to different creative endeavors. So I started working on music. I just really dove headfirst into that. That's the medium that I've been working with. I've been working on that basically every day. It's very tedious, and I wish I would have gotten this before I filmed and started doing what I'm doing with the music video, because it would have made life a whole lot easier, but I'm an idiot. I mean, I could have used this as an excuse for the music video, like, oh, I'm gonna do this video, but I don't have a green screen. I said, screw that. I'm just gonna record it and start doing what I'm gonna do. The big things, like I said, there were some changes. Creating that artist group and really talking with Renee again. He is just so pumped now that he has the means to start making films again. And he's like, we're gonna change the game, you know, we're gonna do great things. And that's been rubbing off on me too, because I'm like, you know, I've got a YouTube channel, I have the perfect means, and so I've actually had ideas on things that I want to do, but that passion has rubbed off on me. But I was telling Renee and Zach about the Toolbox Fallacy, and also my mother. She does makeup, but she is using the Toolbox Fallacy so hardcore, and I've been trying to break her out of it. Specifically just because, like I said, those two videos together really changed me as a creative person. As a creative person, if you're not creating something, then what are you doing? What's the point? Because you don't feel fulfilled at all. When I'm not creating and I'm just sitting around, I feel like I cheated myself, because I should still create. Basically, that's what I want to talk about. As a creative person, you should try to create, and don't use your toolbox as a means to escape your duties to yourself. And you should surround yourself too with people that support you in your endeavors and really push you to continue to create great stuff. That's what I'm hoping to do. That's what I'm hoping to rub off on you guys. You know, don't give up. Do not use your toolbox as a means for excuses. Do not cheat yourself and come home and watch movies or play video games when you know you should be creating something. You know, if you're an artist, creating art, or if you're a content creator, creating content for your audience. But I want to make this video just to tell all my artist friends, Zach and Renee, and everybody in the group chat, that basically do not give up, do not use your tools as an excuse, and create. Because the people around you, even if you don't believe it, want to see what you're gonna do next. And I want you to push yourself and make that goal that you're gonna start creating again. Anyways, guys, that's the video. If you like the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to join the notification squad. Leave a comment down below telling me what you're working on, what you're creating. If this video helped you at all, you know, smash that like button. We'll see you guys in the next one. And just again, create, don't cheat yourself, and I love you all. Peace.